Hi Dresser Cuties, Winnie here. Today we're going to draw Rumi with her demon marks from the K-pop Demon Hunters. So let's get started. To draw cute Rumi, let's first start by drawing her eyes. So I'm going to start right here with a line. About this wide, and then I'm going to bring it down. And then at the corner right here, just bring it down again, but just shorter. And then we're going to come inside right about here towards this edge more and just kind of draw this circle in here. And then at the bottom, we're just going to draw lightly a line underneath. And then we're going to bring it up slightly right here. And then inside right here, we're going to put in a highlight. And then in the center, a circle and fill it in. So hopefully you can see that. I know it's really delicate. And then at the top right here, we're just going to come back in here and thicken up this top line just to anchor her eye better. And I thought it'd be really nice right about here. I'm just going to kind of flick out a little curve. There. And so let's do the same thing on the other side. So I'm going to drag this across about this much. And once again, just draw the same thing. Go up. Then we're going to come across. And then about right here, bring it down. And then a circle right about here. Because I already drew Rumi with my Draw So Cute eyes, so I thought I should change it up. Make it look a little bit more realistic. So I'm going to bring this up so it's a line. And then same thing over here. Highlight. And then circle inside and shade it in. There. And then come back up. And thicken this top line up. And then a curve right here for a lash, just to make it extra pretty. Okay, so then from there we're going to come to the top about right here and draw her brow. So I'm just going to draw a very soft angle right over her eye and then slightly downwards, and then just thicken it up. So I'm trying to draw lightly because it's so delicate. Makes my hand shake. Okay, so same thing here. Okay, and then let's see. Then from there we need to give her smile, of course. So right in between eyes, let's say about right here. Just gonna draw a soft curve and bring it up, and cap it off. Then from there, let's frame in her face. So I'm gonna come to, let's say where this lash is, just right next to it. Same thing here. Oops, right next to it. And let's go ahead and we're going to bring a slight curve coming down. And then let's see here, let's keep going to kind of about where her mouth is. Then we're going to start to bring it in. But I'll come back to my center and let's say about right here, kind of like where I want her chin to be. Give myself a point so I know where I'm going, and I'm going to start to angle in. Then give her a chin, a little bit flatter right here, and then go right back up. There. Okay, so now that I have that, let's go ahead and I'm going to bring this up a little bit more, past her brow, and just imagine an oval for her face. So I'm going to go up, I'm going to slant over here, and then come up, and then towards the center, let's say about right here. I'm going to bring it in, and about right here in the center, I'm just going to draw a curve coming down a little bit, and then same thing on the other side, just finish it off. right there. And then let's come back to here and draw her ears, kind of where the eye is. And same thing here. There. And then for some details, I'm just going to come in with 2 curves. And then she does have an earring, so I'm just going to come right here with a circle and then just bring this triangle down just to simplify it. And I believe she probably, you know what, I'm just going to keep it simple. Those 2 earrings are enough. So let's come back up here and we're going to draw her hair. So we'll come up here and draw this little piece. Come up one more level. And then before we finish that, I'm going to come back to about right here. Pop this out, curve, and then bring it in. So angle a little bit about right here, and then bring it in. And then for some details, we come in here with some curves. And then a top piece. So about right here, we're going to pop it out. And in the center, same thing. There. Okay, so now we're done with that. Then let's go ahead and, you know what, her face looks too angular. I'm just going to come back in here and soften it up. So just kind of round this part off. There, better, right? Okay, so then from there, let's draw her body. So I'm going to come here in the center, give her a neck, about there, and then we're going to come out with 2 curves for her shoulders, about right there. I'm going to skip a little bit of space, kind of like where her armpit area would be. So I'll just say about right here and here on both sides. Just give myself 2 points. And I'll just start right here with 2 angle lines. So now I know kind of where her body is. So I'm going to come back in here for some detail right here with a curve. And then in this area right here where her armpit is, I'm just going to draw this angle line for her top. Same thing here. So let's bring this down a little bit more for her waist area, about right here. And come back up here. I'm going to cut it off. A slight curve. Come back in here with some detail right in the center. And a circle. And then continue this line. There, and then lightly I'm going to come right here and draw 2 lines. Okay, so then let's come back to here, come where her waist is, and connect it with a curve. Then we're going to start her shorts, so come out. And let's see, so let's bring this down. So I'm going to come back to the center and we're going to come down pretty low because it's a high-waisted short. So let's say about right here. And right in the center, I'll draw a little angle line. And then from there, we're just going to put in 2 little parting lines. And then let's bring this down about right there and then connect for her shorts. So same thing on the other side. There. Okay, so I'll draw no details later. Let's keep going. Let's draw her legs. So just coming down. And I'll work on this side first. So right here, we're just going to go straight. Have her legs straight. So we're going to come down or they're going to get thinner. So we're just going to draw this angle. And let's say about right there, her thigh, and then we're going to stop and I'm going to draw a curve to draw the boot. So I'm popping this out, but I'm continuing the same angle. And then about right here, I'm just going to come in with a curve. And we're going to curve this out and then connect it to draw her boots, the shoe part. So same thing on the other side. There. Okay, and then for some details on the boot, since we're here, I'm going to come right here and just draw a curve. And let's see here, very delicately, I'm going to open this up so that we can draw some laces. So we're just going to flare it out. And then I'm going to go ahead and just draw these V's that go all the way down, just for some detail. There. So same thing on the other side right here. Just add a curve. There. Okay, so finally done with that, then we can go ahead and draw her arms. So right here, we're going to come right here and here. Just going to round this part off. And then we want her hands on her hips, so we're going to come about here and here. Just going to angle it down. Then put a little angle right there. And we're just going to thicken up her arms. Then I come right here, angle down, and then a little finger. So I'm just trying to give her this little muscle right there to follow the original, just to show that she's really fit. So then same thing here. But if you're not comfortable doing that, just make it smooth. So same thing here. Oh, I'm sorry, not same thing. This one, we're just going to have the arms come down to her side. So I'm just going to come right about here, kind of like where her elbow would be. Then bring it down. And say about right here we'll stop. I want her hands to be about right here, so just draw thumb and then fingers. There. Okay, so then for some more details, we're going to come to the back right here to draw her braid. So I'm just going to put in 2 curves, and then we're going to just imagine the braids behind her body. It's going to come out. So about right here, I'm just going to go ahead and draw a bunch of curves, getting smaller, and then say about right here. And connect it, and the tail. And then for some details, you just come in here and continue the curves. Okay, so then from there, let's see. Let's come back into about right here. We need to draw this detail. So right here, we draw this belt that goes around. So one curve, another one. And I'm just going to put a line through the center. And then break it up. And then you can come in here and just round off these corners. There, for that piece right there. You can pop it out if you like. And then there's this chain. And I'll just draw another one here. I'm only trying to put in the necessary details. I know it's just so delicate. Maybe this thing that hangs down if you want. And let's see here. Center line. There. Okay, and hopefully, oh, okay, that is pretty much it for the drawing. This is my version here, Rumi, with her demon marks. So once when you're coloring, just go ahead and you can put in her demon marks. But I don't want to muddle up with the Sharpie, but I just want to show you really quickly. You can draw in these shapes. Kind of remind me of these lightning. So here, so I'll definitely take out the black lines when I'm coloring, but I just wanted to show you how you would draw these markings, these demon markings. There. Something like that, and then you just put them around her arms and here and her legs if you like. But that is pretty much it for my drawing here of Rumi with her demon marks from the K-pop Demon Hunters. I really hope I helped you draw this fun and easy, and if I did, please make sure to give me a like and subscribe. Hi Dresser Cuties, Wendy here. Today we're going to draw Zoey from the K-pop Demon Hunters. So let's get started. To draw cute Zoey, let's first start by drawing her eyes. So let's start right here with a soft line. About here. And then I'm going to bring it down. About this much. Because Zoey's eyes are a little bit bigger. And then we're going to come down on this side and just kind of curve it out a little bit. There. Then from there, we're going to come into the center area and we're going to draw a circle. So say about right here, and we're going to make it the same height as this line. And bring it up. There. And then at the bottom, we're going to draw a line right underneath it, nice and light. So right about here. And we're going to come down a little bit and then curve up. Very subtle, but there's like a slight curve if you can, right there. But don't finish, just leave this gap open. So then from there, let's come back into this area and I'm going to draw a circle for a highlight right here. And then in the center, we're going to draw another circle and just shade this part in. And then this will be the color of her eyes. So then we're going to come back to the top and we're going to thicken up this top curve. So just come right about here and we're going to thicken it up. And so about right here, I'm just going to slant a little bit and connect it. There. Okay, so hopefully I've helped you with that. And right here, if you like, and just draw in 3 little lashes at the bottom. So let's do the same thing on the other side. So I'm going to drag this point across to say about right here. And we're going to draw the same thing. So I'm just going to go up and then come across with a soft line. And then we're going to come down. There. And then once again in the center area, I'm going to draw this circle. And then at the bottom, line it out and then up. And then the details inside. There. And then once again, I'm going to come back up here and thicken this top part. So I want to make sure I have this little angle right here. And thicken it up. Okay, so I just want to make sure they're about the same on both sides. And the 3 little lashes if you like. There. Okay. So now that we have that, let's go ahead and draw her brow. So I'm going to come up to about right here and I'm just going to draw a soft angle and come down. I'm going to thicken it up. And same thing on the other side. So about right here. I'm trying to got a new Sharpie to do this because there's so much detail. I need my Sharpie to be much thinner. Okay, so now I have that, then let's give her a smile. So about right here, I'm just going to go ahead, draw a curve and then slightly go upwards and cap it off. So hopefully I've captured Zoe's look so far. Then from there, we need to go ahead and frame her face. So I'll come back to this part right here. Just come out a little bit, give myself a point. Same thing here. And let's go ahead and we're going to curve down on both sides. And so I'm just kind of imagining how low I want her chin to be. So I'll find my center and let's see here. Let's say about right here. I'll give myself a point. And from there, I'm just going to go ahead and draw a curve to my point. So same thing here. Okay, so now we have her chin in. Then I'm going to bring this up. We're going to come in. And let's see here, let's go up a little bit higher. Say about right there. Then I'm going to start her bangs. So I'm just going to go across and let's go ahead and zigzag our way across. So just split it here and there. And maybe one more. Okay. And so as you notice, I'm on this side, I'm curving in this way, and on this side, I'm curving in that way. Then from there, we can go ahead and maybe bring this up. And then let's come back down about right here. And I'm just going to draw a curve for the strand of hair on the side of her face. And we're going to bring it up, thicken it up. And same thing on this side. So about right here. And up. Then let's come back and we're going to draw her ear. So about right here, I'm just going to pop in this curve. And whatever space I have left, I'll fill that in. And then right about here, I'm just going to go ahead and draw a loop for her earrings. So same thing on the other side. About right here, her ear, and her earring. There. Okay, so then from there, we can come back into this space. We're going to go out and then in. Make her ear come out a little bit more. Out. And in. So let's see here. Before I finish that, let's go back here. And we're going to continue this all the way up for the top of her head. So let's say about right here. Go ahead to bring it in towards the center. Just kind of dip it in a little bit and then back out and down. And then let's just finish it off right about here and here. There, almost there. Then we need to draw her buns. So about right here, we're just going to head wobble 3 curves and bring it in. Same thing over here. And tuck it in. There. Okay, so now that we have that, we can finally draw her body. So let's come back to the center area and say about here and here. I'll go ahead and draw a curve coming down. Curve coming down. And we're just going to draw that little curve because we come right back here and we need to draw her outfit. So I'm going to put in this collar that she has. And then from there, we need to draw these shoulder pads. So let's say about right here, I'm going to come down about that much. And then we're going to go across, kind of sloping down a little bit, about right here. And create this first piece. And then about right there, after this one piece, we're just going to come back about right here. Just so I can kind of gauge where everything is a little bit more. So I'm just kind of imagining her shoulders. And I'll just come right about here and draw an angle line. So let's do the same thing on this side. Just going to draw this first piece. And then come right about here, just like the other side, and draw angle lines. So just kind of want to center. There, so we know where her body's going to be. And then from there, let's go ahead and come out. One more. And slant in and bring it in. So same thing here. There. Okay, so then now that we have that, we can go ahead and bring this down. About right here, go ahead and cut it off with a curve. And then we're going to continue down a little bit more and then connect it with a curve. So then from there, let's see, let's go down and draw her skirt. So there's a couple levels. So just start off with a soft curve like this, and then I'm going to pop this part out. So I'm just going to draw a curve going across, pop this out, and then connect it, and then continue down for her skirt. Say about right there, and then I'm going to cut it off again. So about right here, I'm just going to draw a curve coming out, and same thing here, and connect it. So same thing on the other side. And continue her skirt down. And let's see here. Oh, this part comes out, so okay, connect it right there. And then for her skirt, we're going to go ahead and draw a curve to about right here, but there's some splits. So about right here, I'm just going to go up, come back down, continue, go back up and down, and continue. Then we can draw her legs. So I'm just going to have them this is about right here, nice and straight. So center, go to the left, and go to the right. Now that we have these points in, I'll work on this side first. So I'm just going to start my angle down. And same thing here. Just getting thinner as we come down. And about right there, I'll stop and cut it off. And then continue downwards. So just drawing the boots. And about right there, I'll flare it out for her shoes, for her boots. And connect. There. And so same thing on the other side. There. And then for some details, I'll quickly come in here and we're going to draw a curve. Then another one about right here. And 2 lines down. And a bunch of X's inside for the laces. There. So same thing on the other side. Oops. Okay, there. So now we have her shoes in. We can go ahead and finish her arm. So I'm just going to have her hands on her hips about right here. So just being where her armpit is approximately, I'm going to come right about here. And we're going to angle in. Then thicken it up, her shoulders. So about right here. And cut it off. And then angle, and another one here, and then a finger. So same thing on the other side. And I'm just going to drag this across, so approximately the same. Right there. And once again, thicken it up. And fingers. So then now we can finally draw in some details on her outfit here. So let's come back over here, and there's an opening. It's diamond shape. And then there's this detail that goes around it. And another diamond shape. And then right about here, there's going to be a line. Comes down. So I'm just trying to draw the necessary details, and then here draw a curve, and then on these pads, let's see here, hopefully I can put them in. Just gonna draw all this, and I'll just put in these circles. And this other one here is there's a tassel right here. So one tassel there, and then same thing over here. There. Okay, and then here there is, oh gosh, I'm going to try the details. It's so small, but I will try. Just this little band right here, and then, okay, I'll just leave it like that. I think I'm going to muddle up, but that's about it. And there's some color detail in there. And maybe a little difference in color right here, so I'll cut it off. And that is pretty much it for my drawing here of Zoey in her What It Sounds Like outfit from the K-pop Demon Hunters. I really hope you love this drawing that helped you draw her fun and easy today. And if I did, please make sure. Hi Dressy Cuties, Winnie here. Today we're going to draw Mera from the K-pop Demon Hunters. So let's get started. To draw cute Mira, let's first start by drawing her eyes. So I'm going to start right here and I'm going to bring a curve coming down. So let's say about right here and just drag this curve coming down. Because Mira's eyes are a little bit higher and slantier, a little bit slantier and smaller. So then we're going to come back to right about here, give myself a little point, and I'm just going to draw this kind of soft curve right underneath and then go right back up. But we're not touching, we're not closing it off. We're just going to come right about there. So now that I have this shape, I'm going to come back inside about right here. I'm going to draw a curve and another curve for her eye. So then we're going to put in a highlight right here and then come back inside here and draw a circle and shade it in. There. And then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So let's drag this point across. Let's see here. To say about right there. And we're going to do the same thing. So just go up. About right there. And then once again towards the bottom, just kind of soft line and then go up. I know it's so delicate, I'm sorry, but hopefully I'm helping you. And then right about here, it's especially hard because I'm using a Sharpie. So bear with me here. And so once again, highlight and then the inside. There. So then I'm going to come back and just try my best to thicken up this top line so I can anchor her eyes a bit better. There. And then we're going to come to the top over her eye and say about right here, and I'm going to draw her brow, which is nice and high. It's very angled about right there. And gosh, should I even bother trying to thicken it up? Okay, you know what? Let's try. There, because it is red, so just try my best to put in some space so that I can color it. There, nice and high. And then let's come back towards the center about right here. And just draw a curve going slightly upwards and cap it off. So now that we have that, we need to frame her face. So I'm going to come really close to the eye and the eyebrow. So right about here where the eyebrow is, I'm just going to draw a curve right here. Because she has these two strands of hair that are right on the sides of her face. So now that we have that in here, I'm going to come back to my center and I'm going to come down and find my chin. So kind of like where I want her chin to be. So say about right here. I'm just going to give myself a point and I'm going to draw a curve coming down to that point. So try my best. There, she has a longer, thinner face. Pointy chin, so that's my goal here. Okay, there. So now that we have that, we're going to go up. So imagine this oval for her head. So let's bring this up and say about right here. Let's just kind of create our oval. top of her head and bring it in. Okay, so now that we have that in, we can finally draw her hair. So find your center once again, about right here, and we're going to go up on both sides. And right about here, I'm just going to put in a curve and another one here. And using the side of her face, I'm going to come about right here and say about there, not too far, because you still have to draw her neck and her shoulders, so you don't want to go too far down. And I'm going to thicken up this strand of hair to about right there. So same thing on the other side, just using the side of her face right there to create this strand. There. And then let's come back, kind of like about right here, this point. We're going to come right here and draw her ear. And same thing on the other side, about right there. Just draw a curve coming in. Actually, I should have brought this out a bit more. Okay. So if there's any space, you can put that in. And then I'm just going to come in here and just put in 2 circles. So same thing here, but I've muddled it up just for her earrings. Then let's come back to the center. Come up, straight up, and we're just going to curve out on both sides to finish her hair. So as we go up, I'm going to come up, and then about right here, just slant it a little bit, and then bring it in. So same thing here, go up, and then towards the sides, slant, and then bring it in. There, just gives the head a little bit more shape than just putting in a big curve. Then about right, let's say right here, I'm just going to put in a curve, and then we can start her pigtails. So same thing on this side. Curve, and then curve for her hair. So I'm going to draw that a little bit later. Let's come back and now that we have that, let's come and draw her body. So I'm going to give her a little neck right here and here. And then curve out. And let's see here. What's the easiest way to draw this? Okay, so she has this like a choker. So I'm going to draw a curve and a curve right here. Then let's come right about here, and I'm just going to draw a curve out for now. So here's like her little jacket. Then we need to bring this part out. And let's say about right here and here. This is kind of usually where I would say the shoulders are going to start. So I'm going to stop right there, come right here in this space and draw this little detail, bring this down, this curve. Then I'm going to pop this out more, round it off for these kind of shoulder pads. So then in this space right here, come down. So kind of where we ended, come down to about right here. I'm going to draw an angle line. So this is kind of like where her arms are going to start. So her kind of the armpit area, and continue this jacket. So let's do the same thing on the other side. So just use the other side as a guide. Bring this out. So once again, about right here. Just draw an angle line down. So bring this part out. Just like the other side. Okay, so now that we have that, let's go ahead and bring this out and in to finish her jacket. And then we can come back inside about right here and cut it off for her top. Then here as well. And then let's see here, before I forget, she has this little necklace that comes right here, connecting to her choker. And then a little detail right here. I'm just going to put in a heart and put in some lines that connect it. There. And then let's come back and we're going to draw her waist. So come about right here and here, just centering it and cut it off. Okay, there. So then we're going to need to start to draw her skirt. So we're going to pop this out right about there. But because I don't want to erase, you know what, let's go ahead. I think it's just easier. Hopefully you're using a pencil. I'm just going to go ahead and draw her skirt. And I'll erase later. But in this space right here is this sash, I guess, that she's tied up. So right about here, I'm going to pop in this bow. And right here. Connect it and right underneath a curve, and this part goes up, goes all the way across there. And then there's going to be a tail for this bow, so we're just going to bring this down, and let's just continue her skirt. So let's see how far down we need to bring it. So let's say about right there. But before I finish that, I'm going to come back right here and we're going to open it up and split it, and then go ahead and connect it there. Okay, so then this part is going to come down past her skirt and one more there. So I'll have to erase that and that right there, and then just a little detail right there and some details right here, and then we can start her legs. So find your center about here, go to the left, go to the right, and we're going to start the legs. So I'll just work on this side first. And we're going to go down, and we're going to get thinner as we come down to the ankles. See, about right there. I'm going to cut it off and work on her boots. So pop it out a little bit. But we're still aiming towards the same angle, and then about right here, I'm going to curve it out, curve out, and then connect towards the bottom of a curve. And you can come back in here of a curve for some detail, and I believe she has like these jewelry on her shoes right here, but I'll just put in a curve for that. And let's do the same thing on the other side. Some chains. There's just so many details in their outfits, and I'm just trying my best to draw only the necessary details. I know it's getting so complicated and this video is taking forever, right? So same thing here. There, and then a curve right here for her shorts before I forget. And then we can finally come back and draw the arms. So the reason we had to leave all this space empty was because right in here we have all these tassels we need to draw. So let's say about right here, we're just gonna go ahead, fill in this space. And same thing here. There, and then we can draw her arms. So come down right here. We're going to angle a little bit towards the waist, and then that's the elbow, and then bring it down to about right there. Thicken it up. So that's her shoulder, her arms. I mean, her shoulder would be about right here. And just bring it down to about right there, then cut it off. That little detail, and then you can put in her thumb and her fingers. There. So same thing on the other side. About right here. Just going to drag this across. And same thing on the other side. So about there, fingers for the for her hands, and then let's see here, put in some details, curve right there, and then there's this 3 of these shapes right there, and then circles. Same thing here, and same thing here. So I had to do that with my drawing of Zoe as well. There's just so many details. Okay, and finally, oh, one more here. I think Zoe had more details on her outfit. There. Okay, and then her hair finally. So let's bring this down, kind of curve it in a little bit, and then we're going to bring it all the way to, let's see, how far should we bring it down? Should we go past? You know what, let's go past, just to make it easier. There. So same thing on the other side. Curve in, and then come out, and connect. There. And that is pretty much it. Hopefully I haven't forgotten anything too important, but really hope I helped you draw Mira here in her golden and what it sounds like outfit. Thanks so much for watching, and I really hope I helped you draw her fun and easy today. And if I did, please make sure to give me a like and subscribe so you won't miss any new Draw So Cute videos. See you later.